Get a little of this story. Democratic Congressman Clyburn, he's going to help Kevin McCarthy get elected as Speaker.
Oh my God.
Of the House. But what if he does that? Then Kevin McCarthy will become Speaker of the House.
That's the worst thing that could ever happen in life. I'm willing to give up health care to keep that from happening.
We couldn't force a vote on health care because they said Kevin McCarthy could become Speaker.
Right.
Well, now we still don't have a vote on Medicare for all. And the Democrats are going to help make Kevin McCarthy Speaker.
They're cutting out the middleman, Jimmy.
What
and
dimension?
The savings to you.
That's right. Kurt, what dimension of chess is this? They always like to say they're playing. This is beyond 4D chess.
Yeah, this is
dumb D.
Yeah.
This is all here. Here it is. House Majority Whip James Clyburn and complete corporate tool needled House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy on Sunday, suggesting the GOP leader could solicit support from Democrats in his quest for the speakership, despite the California Republican saying he will not look to the other side of the aisle to win the leadership role.
Hey, how come you're not supposed to call it like a master bedroom anymore because that's offensive, but you can still say majority whip?
Yeah.
Minority, like, hey, those change isn't coming in, huh?
Jim Clyburn, speaking with Jonathan Capehart on MSNBC's The Sunday Show, said that while he thinks McCarthy will secure the Speaker's gavel next month, if enough Republicans refuse to give their support, the GOP leader could look to Democrats for the necessary votes. If there are 7 or 8 people who are not going to vote for him, then I would advise him to go and look the other side of the aisle and see whether or not there are some deals over there to be made. Jesus H effing Christ.
Can we go to a friend of the show, David Sirota, and run this by him? It was like an asteroid about to hit the earth. Kevin McCarthy being Speaker of the House.
Asked what kind of deals he had in mind, Clyburn, who will serve as assistant Democratic leader in the next Congress, said, I think that if we could sit down together, we might be able to forge an agenda that would be acceptable to 218 people.
No one else in the country but the highest 218 on the totem pole.
He said McCarthy and Representative Hakeem Jeffries, who was recently elected to be the leader of next House Democratic leader, should discuss potential areas of bipartisan cooperation. Now, you know those areas of potential bipartisan cooperation. You know what those are.
Preventing healthcare?
That's the area.
Hey, you know, we got more in common than it's... Oh my God.
They're going to come together to screw you out of a minimum wage, a living wage, screw railroad workers out of striking, out of sick days. They're going to come together to screw you out of health care. They're going to come together to make sure we keep spending money in Ukraine instead of here in the United States. That's what they're going to do.
What? Okay, so Ryan, because I remember Ryan Grimm, you showed me the clips. I was like, Jimmy has got to be exaggerating before you showed me the clip of him straight up lying that Kevin McCarthy was going to be Speaker of the House.
No, you're talking about David Sirota.
Oh, Sirota, but Grimm was...
No, Grimm came out and debunked it, actually.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's right. It was the Sirota video first.
Yeah.
So now... so it wasn't possible for him to become Speaker of the House from that, by the way. That was not true.
That was not true. It was not a thing. It could not happen.
So they were like, we can make it happen.
And now they're going to make it happen. They're like, remember when you were afraid that McCarthy could become Speaker if we did something? Well, now we're going to make that dream come true.
Oh, Dave Sirota, don't look up.
Sit down with Hakeem Jeffries and talk about the future of this country. Talk about doing as many things as we can in a bipartisan way. That's how you do it, Clyburn said when pressed. You bring votes to the table. We bring votes to the table. Let's see what we can do about fashioning a bipartisan approach to making this country's greatness accessible and affordable for all its citizens.
Make America...
its greatness affordable?
Hold on, it's got all the letters of MAGA in it. Make America great, accessible... Oh my
Where is
God.
it? Where is...
Making this country's greatness accessible and affordable.
Make this country's greatness accessible...
He's saying
and
MAGA.
Affordable. He's saying MAGA.
Yeah. Make America great again? Is that what you mean?
As George Carlin said, Kurt, the word bipartisan usually means some larger than usual deception is being carried out.
Wow. A lot of blackmailed criminal people agreeing to do some wicked shit.
Clyburn's comments come as several House Republicans remain opposed to McCarthy's push for Speaker, threatening to derail his bid. The House. So what the Republicans are doing is what the Democrats were too chicken shit to do.
Oh, right.
The Democrats, the squad, would not demand anything for their vote for Nancy Pelosi as Speaker, but the Republicans are. But I was an asshole that if you listen to the people like Ryan Grimm and David Sirota and the Young Turks and all the defenders of the politicians in the Democratic Party, they'll tell you I was wrong to do that.
Oh, that was Grimm. When it's 3rd and down,
yeah, that was
kick a goal, field goal.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
Yeah. And he was making bad football analogies to defend politicians against healthcare activists. That's what Ryan Grimm was doing.
Well, let's have some growing pains. We learned that from his interview with us.
But now he's got a good job over at the Breaking Points. He brings that corporate bullshit, politician defending stuff over to the Crystal and Sagar show.
Yeah, it was great.
The House GOP conference chose him as its nominee for the top job in a closed-door vote last month, but he will need to secure support from at least half of the members voting during January's floor vote. 5 conservative Republicans have already said or strongly indicated that they will oppose McCarthy, putting his bid for the speakership on thin ice as Republicans enter a narrow majority next month. A number of other hardline conservative lawmakers have not yet said how they will vote during next month's floor vote. The GOP will likely have 222 seats in the House compared to the Democrats' 213, giving McCarthy little wiggle room, assuming no Democrats support his bid. Asked at a press conference last month after winning the Speaker nomination if he wants Democrats to try to support him, McCarthy said no. We're the majority as Republicans, and we'll get there as Republicans. Of course, he has to. There's no way he could. There's no way he could take Democrat votes and become the Speaker and keep any. They would. He would
want to get any of that on him. Is what he's saying.
You can't. You can't get elected over your own party. If you know what I'm saying, the only way you can get elected as Speaker is with your own. You can't. I mean, you can technically, but that would be death for his career.
Very British of it.
McCarthy beat Biggs to secure the speakership nomination in a 188-31 vote. Some lawmakers, particularly those from the conservative House Freedom Caucus, are withholding support to push for rule changes that would empower individual members in the conference, something the Democrats would never do in exchange for their vote for Speaker. So there you have it. Jim Clyburn is going to help that McCarthy become Speaker. Cenk Uygur must be thrilled.
I want that Sirota video where I couldn't believe how wormy he was trying to slide that past.
He was very wormy.
I couldn't believe it until I saw it, and then I'm thinking of this shitty ass movie. I didn't even know it was about climate. I had to look it up what it was about because it was such a bad analogy. What an asshole, man! Oh, Kevin McCarthy. They were all screaming that, every one of these. Kevin McCarthy.
I know.
I didn't even know who the fuck he was when they were saying that. You know that?
Hey, we're doing live stand-up comedy in Los Angeles, December 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. And we're going to be in Tempe, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Nashville. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets. See you there.